Hairy Hippo.
Hello and welcome to another video by me, the Hairy Hippo, and today we're going to have a look at 8 interesting pieces of trivia about Archmage Khadgar.
Number 1.
Khadgar's name is actually from Dwarvish dialect. It means trust, which is quite apt because his teacher Medivh, his name in Thalassian, which is Elvish tongue by the way, means keeper of secrets. It's almost as if these two were fated to be together. Although, within saying that, I don't think that Khadgar's going to live up to his name. He's too much of a smartass to not be something evil deep inside, really, isn't he?
Number 2.
Did you know that Khadgar looks a lot older than he actually is? Well, there's a reason behind this. Back when he was Medivh's apprentice, he noticed that Medivh was doing some freaky shizzle stuff concerning the Dark Portal, whilst basically mentally Skyping Gul'dan. Khadgar and his homies thought, this ain't right. So, after an epic battle inside Karazhan, Khadgar went all medieval on his ass and shoved the sword into Medivh's heart like, stab him, which caused a leeching effect that drained Khadgar of his magic and youth. Sounds like an ex of mine, actually.
Number 3.
After the fight with Medivh, Khadgar ran way up north to Lordaeron to hang out with Lotharon and relax a bit, just chill out. When obviously he was knackered after that big fight and obviously going a bit grey and nasty. Anyway, his powers grew back, so much so that he actually became much more powerful than he ever was before. During this time, he helped Lothar form the Alliance of Lordaeron to combat the Horde that were coming, the ones that were creeping up and basically encroaching across all the land.
Number 4.
When the Dark Portal was reopened in Warcraft 2, Khadgar and the Sons of Lothar crew went in to kick some ass and take some names and basically prevent more chaos flooding to Azeroth. It didn't quite go as well as they'd hoped because the Orc and Azul escaped through one of the many portals that he made, which were popping all over Draenor and literally tearing the world apart. When the expedition realised that they'd done all they can and saw that Azeroth would get messed up by the destruction of Draenor, Khadgar sent all the survivors into a rift that sent them home, and he stayed behind on Draenor. I mean, what a badass. He's totally pushing for a standalone movie.
Number 5.
In the Burning Crusade, we get to see Khadgar and Shattrath. And so begins his addiction of being a pain in the butt Questgiver, because he tells us to follow his servant, which is kind of like a light version of the Voidwalker, and it takes us all over Shattrath, telling us about the city itself and its situation. At the end of this, we get to choose whether we want to side with the Aldor or the Scryers. Why must we choose? It's just not fair. It's like forcing me to choose to only have Pepsi or Coke for the rest of my life. I mean, I want both. Damn you, Khadgar.
6.
When Warlords of Draenor was released, yeah, that one, the Dark Portal changed from its green colour to a blood red one. This signified that the Iron Horde was coming. They ventured through to come smack us about a bit, like they've never done before. We hold them off a bit in the Blasted Lands, and Khadgar leads the assault back through the portal once more to dismantle the threat, which is pretty much like him. He's always going back to Draenor. I mean, he must have a holiday home there or something. It's a real Reservoir of Dogs moment when you've got Khadgar, Thrall, Vindicator Murad, and Lady Eadrin fronting the attack. I mean, it was probably one of the few cool moments in the whole expansion.
7.
This man, who we love and loathe at the same time, is said to be the master of arcane magic. For all you mages out there, you know that with the specializations you can choose fire, frost or arcane, and that tends to limit your spells to that specific school of magic. But not for Khadgar, no. Because he's so epic, he seems to be able to subtly change specs as he sees fit, or bypass it altogether and use any of the 3 main schools of magic. My advice to you is to be wary of this man, because if you annoy him, he may sheep you, he may smack you in the face with a fireball, or just freeze you into a block of ice. I mean, it's nasty stuff.
Number 8.
Now this one is just a bit of fun, and I think you'll like it, but did you know that if you keep clicking him in Dalaran, the new Dalaran, he'll eventually either piss his pants or ejaculate? I'm not sure which it is, because it sounds a bit more erotic than I kind of wanted to hear from Khadgar. But here, observe and enjoy.
Is power, but using it wisely is the key. There is much to be done. Gul'dan and the Legion must be stopped. There is much to be done. Knowledge is power, but using it wisely is the key. Hail and well met, champion. No, that tickles. Stop that. No, really, stop. No, I'm not kidding. Oh, no. Well, now I have to go change my robes. Thanks.
Once more, I want to thank you all for watching my little bite-sized trivia on Khadgar. Be sure to do the usual likey, subscribey, doohickey things at the bottom and what will ever appear, and obviously stay tuned for more content. My name's the Hairy Hippo. Bye-bye.
The Hairy Hippo.